What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be taking a look at this week's forecast, seeing what the stars have in store for us. So, let's get into it. As always, shout out to all the Libra celebrating birthdays this month. Pay close attention to this energy as it'll be with you all year. So, this week, we got some important stuff going on this week. We're starting the week off with Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Libra. And if you watched last week's horoscope, I was alluding to the fact that the Libra themes were going to be very, very strong throughout last week into this week. And pretty much, Mercury's going to be retrograde for 3 weeks. It's going to go from 25 degrees Libra all the way back to 10. So that's a good chunk of space that Mercury is going to cover. So you'll really want to attune yourself to any happenings or insights that have occurred the last few weeks. But this is a really, really interesting one. So just for those of you who still may not be fully familiar with the retrograde cycle, it's essentially a time where the energies turn within and we are encouraged to review, reflect, and refine ourselves and approaches within those particular areas. And the more I study Mercury retrogrades and experience them, I really see that the sign that it occurs in, and not just the sign, but the aspects and things, the movement of the other energies at the time of the retrograde greatly influence that cycle. So this retrograde, a particular retrograde cycle, I feel like it's saying so much. Okay, remember at the same time, Venus also rules Taurus as well as Libra. So I feel like during this retrograde, we're not only just refining the Libra aspects of ourselves, but also the Taurus parts. And with Uranus there, this is a moment in time where if we find the correct balance, if we adopt the correct measures to create the necessary balance needed, we can truly attract things that we've been wanting. So as we take this time to refine ourselves and bring more balance, invite more balance into our lives, at the same time, that is going to be affecting our value system. Okay, so like I said, I want you to pay attention to where Libra is in your chart as well as where Taurus is, and really try to get an understanding of what you values affects your personal balance, and then deeper, how you're relating to others and therefore connecting with others. And it brings me to this point, cutting through the fluff. When I connect with spirit, I'm able to see a multitude of things, and we can liken it to the law of attraction. Okay, so when I go through, I see things, particularly like with this influence now, that there are people highly compatible, chemistry that is instant, that is waiting to be ignited. Those relationships haven't formed yet, because when I go in and I see one person on one level vibrating higher than the other person, and it's like the other person's waiting for the next person to meet them there. And going back to the law of attraction, y'all, the things preventing the person from getting up there do equate towards simple habits like smoking, or not putting in the work to break through the barrier that is preventing you from interacting with said groups or having the mind state to attract it. So with Mercury here during this retrograde, trine Jupiter, we're all very aware of the bigger picture right now. we're all aware of how desire, this is the Mercury square Pluto, is interfering with the living of personal truth. So I say all that to say this, y'all, I'm letting you know, for many of you out there, allow this to be your motivation. Whatever you let go, whatever you give death to, is gonna bring life to something much, much greater. So there's a strong theme of endings with this retrograde. And even look at where we're at in the phase of the moon cycle. We're in the waning phase. It's time to be wrapping things up. And in all honesty, for many of us, along the journey, there's learning points. So mistakes are needed. Like, it's like, damn, I needed to make this mistake so I knew not to approach it like this. And then maybe I made this mistake so I know not to approach it like this, right? Realistically, there comes a point where you make all the possible mistakes that you can make and like that you can learn from. And then there's like no more like, I don't want to say no more possibilities, but like, it's just a matter of you know what you know. And I guess it creates that insanity loop. It's like trying to make change, but doing the same exact thing that is preventing that. So I'm saying all that to say this, at this point in time, many of us are super self-aware of what needs to end, what moves we need to make. And it's pretty, so this retrograde isn't be about planning that out, letting those ideas come back in, evaluating, taking the correct approach towards ending what needs to be end. But it's a real like grown up energy right now, or like clean the motherfucking house type of energy. Like, yo, you've known for 6 months you needed to clean this shit. Now you have no more time to waste. That's where we're at. Now, the beautiful thing is that the energy is supporting those changes. The energy is supporting productivity. How it's going to play out is just a matter of you and how you're relating. So Venus is going to be sextile Pluto and trine Neptune. That's harmonious. That whatever you want, you can get. You want some, intense, soul-satisfying sex, you can seek it out. If you want to just get low and chill and not doing it, you can. But at the same time, if that's what you've been doing, you're not stimulating change. You want to get on the other side of those particular things. So if you're a person with a healthy sex life, this may be a time where you need to abstain. Just because it's going to help you create more balance. It's going to help you redirect the energy, focus on something else. So there's a self-serving aspect towards these energies, but it really just boils down to making good decisions, right? Knowing what you got to do. Am I going to continue to dance with my demons, or am I get the fuck up out of here? This will be the week to get the fuck up out of here. And you're supported because Saturn and Mars both going to be trying Saturn, okay, which is all about productivity. It's really about integrity. And this is what I'm saying. You want to use, especially with this Saturn trine, Saturn from Libra, trine in this Saturn in, the Sun in Libra trine Saturn in Aquarius. This is putting yourself first. This is like, yo, I got to do, like, fuck everybody else right now, right? I got to do what's best for me. I got to respect myself. And that's going to differ for everyone. So I tell people this. Tune into the stories that you tell yourself. The lies, right? The excuses. Tune into those. And then allow this Saturn transit to tell you to cut the bullshit and to boss up. That's really it. But really, really good opportunity it offers. In the next realm, this is also definitely gonna be a good time for solitude, spiritual work, connecting with yourself, expressing some feelings, finding ways to feed your soul. And, like I said, those other things, they'll be there if you want them. But it's really more so about how you're moving with the energy versus how the energy is moving you. All right? So, it's my interpretation of this week's forecast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to chime in. Let me know what's going on in your world. If you need a reading, click the description link. Send me an email. We'll set something up. Until next time, peace.